We implemented those in those couple hours. Think about today's culture with these devices, whether it's a tablet, a cell phone. Heck, on average, we get 128 messages per day. And those 128 messages, those are coming from Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, emails, phone calls, voicemails we barely check. That's today's culture. We are bombarded by all these messages. Let alone, aside from the messages, we watch TV, we have ads. Ads telling us to buy things, buy the next biggest home, buy the next best car on the market, the next device that you want, to check those messages throughout the day. Even on these devices, there's Amazon. We could shop for things we want, to get the clothes we want, the shoes we want. Anything we dream of, it'll show up on your doorstep. In those couple hours, have you shared the best version of yourself? You have to think about a decision. Think about your gifts you want to get out to. You want to travel. You want to learn how to play instruments. You want to spend time with the kids. Take them to the beach. Play racquetball. Play some sports. Learn to play the guitar. Maybe these gifts could give back to your community. St. Paul wrote about gifts of the Spirit, whether it's peace, love, joy, kindness, generosity, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. With these gifts, we think about what we can do in those couple hours to give the best version of yourself. I go back to what you want to do. You want to travel. You want to learn to play an instrument. You want to spend quality time with kids. I say call to action. Do those things you enjoy. You want to travel? There's some place that needs rebuilding. You may have good hands, good strength, good skill to build something. Rebuild a town that's broken down. Habitat for Humanities. Have a vision. Think about that vision, rebuild a community. Then use those social media outlets to share that vision, to invite a team to help you. What I like to do in those couple hours a week, I like to go visit learning services. It's a brain rehabilitation facility for ones with injuries, with head trauma. When I visit learning services, I walk in and the 10 patients I see, they typically are like this, just sleeping through the day. Then I show up, kind of sneak by them, setting up my guitar, getting my reading for the day. Then I invite them to come in. They're still half awake. I pass them out song sheets so they can play some praise music during the day. Sing a couple songs to wake them up. All of a sudden, they have these song sheets in their hand. They're joining along. After the couple of songs, they don't want those song sheets taken from their hands. They think it's theirs, they want to keep it. Then I talk to them about what's the lesson for today? What's the reading for today? What are some things you can learn from? When I just talk up there, talking, preaching, talking about the lesson that day, they fall asleep again because their attention span's not there. But when I talk to them interactively, I talk about what's the peace, what's the love, what's the joy you learn from it. Give me an example of how you did it this week. And then they wake up, they say, hey, I did something nice for my table partner or my roommate. I got them a drink of water. I made sure that they had a TV that they could change. And they start waking up and filled with life. When I leave the learning services from one of these visits, in those 2 hours, I feel like I gave the best version of myself. Giving the peace, giving the love, giving the joy, giving those gifts to share with those residents that need that time. Again, I tell you to call to action. What's that action? Think about your gifts. Think about your strengths. We all have different ones. It's kind of like a puzzle putting together in a community. When you think about that gift, when you think about that strength, think about what community you can impact, whether it's Habitat for Humanities, whether it's feeding the homeless in your local area. It could be anything you put your mind to. That is the call to action I have for you, is to think about how, in those 2 hours you have during that day, to be the best version of yourself. Thank you.